Hello students, welcome to this discussion on energy sources. This is under Elements of Mechanical Engineering, Module 1. So we are all using electricity, right, round the clock, be at home, be it college, office. So I think you should be knowing that electricity what we use is generated by various sources. Traditionally it is generated by thermal route, that is by burning fossil fuels like coal. Under 60% of Indian energy, electrical energy, comes from thermal route. Then you have hydel energy, and 25% of Indian electricity is generated through hydel energy. We have renewable sources like solar energy, wind energy, biofuels, and around 2% of electricity generated in India is from nuclear energy, like you have got Kaiga power plant. So the normal sources or conventional sources like coal are finite in nature, and they may last for few more decades. But the renewable sources such as solar, hydel, wind, they are eternal. That is why they are called as renewable sources. So one great source which has been harnessed by mankind is hydel energy. Hydel energy means hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity is electricity produced from hydropower. Hydropower or water power is the power derived from the energy of falling water on or fast running water, which may be harnessed to produce electricity. You can see this sketch. The hydraulic power station converts the kinetic energy of water into electrical energy, which is a usable form of energy. So, there is a hydrological cycle wherein water evaporates from the water bodies, as well as transpiration of the trees, plants, and then goes up as clouds and falls back as rain or snow, and gathers into streams and rivers flowing back to the sea and ocean. So this movement of water gives an opportunity to harness the useful energy. In order to generate electricity from the kinetic energy of moving water, the water has to move with sufficient speed and volume to spin a propeller-like device called turbine. See, you have seen wind turbines, I think you might have seen. So there is a big turbine and the air is rotating that turbine. Similarly, these hydro turbines are also smaller turbines, and it has to be moved with some mechanical power, and this kinetic energy of water is used to do so. To increase the volume of water, dams are used to collect the water, and here you can see there is a dam and the reservoir. Mainly three types of turbines are used depending upon the head of the water available. The hydraulic head means the vertical distance between the dam and the turbine of the plant. So that determines the type of turbine which you are going to install. And the three main common are the Kaplan turbine, which is used for low head of water, say around up to 50 meters. Francis turbines, which are used up to from 50 meters to almost 100 meters of hydraulic head, and Pelton wheels, which are used for hydraulic heads above 100 meters. Now you can see left side there is a reservoir and there is a pipe in the dam, which is taking the water and sending it to the turbine through a pipe, and that big pipe is known as penstock. There is a valve which varies the flow of water depending on the amount of electricity to be produced. It is not a simple valve what is shown in this sketch. It is a valve, very big valve, so it has to be operated with power, like electric motors operate that. And the water from the reservoir comes to the penstock to the valve, then it comes to the turbine, and from the turbine it goes out to the tail race through the draft tube. So draft tube is a tube of increasing cross section which sends the water to the tail race. The lower bottom level is called as tail race. And this turbine you can see is connected to the generator which produces 3-phase electricity, and this electricity is normally produced at 11 kV, that is 11,000 volts, and it is stepped up. There is a transformer which increases the voltage from 11 kV to 110 kV or 220 kV, and then it is transmitted. So what are the advantages of hydropower? It is very flexible, and only the cost involved is only the construction of the dam, and it doesn't emit any gases, like there is no combustion and there is no fuel being used, and thus hence no pollution. And also the operating cost of the plant is very less, because very less number of people are required for maintenance of this plant. And also these dams are nowadays, wherever dams are built, parks are built, so that the people don't get scared by the large quantity of water, but they can enjoy the gardens along with the children. And some amusement games are also provided. And large dams can control the floods that can affect the downstream of the dams, and can also supply water to support irrigation. So dams serve two purposes. One is for this power generation, and secondly for irrigation, and also for even drinking water supply. And the disadvantages are, the cost of the hydraulic power electric plant is very expensive, because the dam especially, it takes a lot of time and lot of money, because it is a huge structure. And the power generation depends upon the availability of water. The hydraulic power plants are site specific, means you cannot build it wherever you want. Wherever the river is there only you can build a dam. Okay, so they are very site specific. So sometimes what happens, due to construction of dam, the adjoining areas they get flooded, so they have to be like shifted, relocated. Due to the construction of dam, the water level rises there, and hence in the catchment area, and hence those people, they will be shifted to alternate locations. And the power generation depends on the rain, and during the time of drought or in the peak summer, it may not work, because the water availability will be very low, and that water is normally not available, and available water also is applied for drinking purpose. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of hydel power plant. So I think we have seen hydel power plant in Supa Dam as well as Kadra Dam, and in Kadra Dam we have got 3 turbines of 50 megawatt each, whereas in Supa Dam we have got 2 Francis turbines of 50 megawatt each. So we will discuss about the next source of energy, that is solar energy, in your subsequent discussion. Thank you.